that arrives in a flash of silent thunder, rewriting the world below. Their rage fills the sky with fire, a desperate attempt to fight a shadow. The silent thunder finally finds its voice, a wave of force that shatters the world around the epicenter. And a fortress of steel and order descends into pure, primitive chaos. They lash out blindly, trying to strike an enemy that has already faded into memory. The digital gods run their calculations, attempting to predict the outcome of a hunt for a ghost. Before it was a weapon, it was an idea, a shape born from nightmares and mathematics. Every surface, a lie. Every angle, a misdirection. It is a machine built to deny the very act of seeing. The beast awakens, not with a roar, but with the quiet hum of otherworldly power. A human mind must merge with the ghost, becoming the calm center of a technological storm. They do not roll toward a battle, they glide toward an erasure. But even a ghost cannot walk alone. It needs a sorcerer to weave a cloak of confusion. It doesn't fight gravity, it persuades it, rising into the sky like a shadow lifting from the ground. It doesn't just fly into the night, it becomes it. Two fragments of the void, moving with a singular, terrifying purpose. The pilot's world is reduced to lines of light, a language only he and the machine understand. The sorcerer begins its chant, speaking in a language of pure energy that poisons the enemy's senses. The spell is charged. The air itself begins to thrum with a digital curse. A tsunami of static is unleashed, turning the enemy's all-seeing eyes into blind, staring orbs. On their screens, reality itself begins to fray, dissolving into a blizzard of phantom signals. And through the heart of that chaos, 2 points of absolute quiet push forward. In the command post, they see the storm, but they are completely blind to the predators swimming within it. They call upon their most powerful sentinels, great dishes of steel that listen for lies in the sky. The sentinel's gaze sweeps over the ghost, but the light of its stare simply slides off, unable to find purchase. A flicker, a single insignificant error, a ghost's footprint dismissed as a flaw in the system. In that one moment of human doubt, the ghost slipped through the gates, completely undetected. But the ghost feels the touch, a faint whisper across its skin, telling it that it has been grazed by a curious stare. And the human heart inside remains steady. For in this dance, panic is a death sentence. A slight adjustment, a minute change in posture, turning its shoulder to the watching eye. The two move as one mind, one body, a synchronized dance of evasion. They weave through the enemy's senses like a needle through thread, silent and impossibly precise. The ancient mountains, the world's first shield, offer their protection to the newcomer. Down in the scars of the earth, they become one with the terrain, a shadow within a shadow. The machine screams a warning, but the pilot's hand is steady. This is exactly where they need to be. A fleeting eclipse, a sudden darkness that passes so quickly you question if you ever saw it at all. The hunt is called off. The watchers are convinced they were only chasing storms. But now the true test begins. They emerge from hiding and step into the execution yard. The Steel Guardians wait, their electric hearts beating a slow, steady rhythm, always listening. They fly in the dead space, the perfect corridor of vulnerability between the enemy's layers of defense. But one mind in the chaos refuses to believe. He senses a flaw in the illusion. When magic fails, they call upon brute force, an iron fist to smash through the deception. A scream of defiance against the silence, a hunter that kills with thunder and speed. A new eye opens in the heavens, one that seeks not with magic, but with the raw power of its own piercing gaze. And the ghost feels the stare once more, this time not a whisper, but a focused, insistent touch. The hunter scans a world that has already forgotten its prey. It stares into an empty canvas. The ghosts do not flinch. They hold their course, their greatest defense now being their own impossible arrogance. The human eye is fooled. The pilot reports an empty sky, never knowing what passed beneath him. The iron fist withdraws, beaten not by a shield, but by a simple, perfect lie. It passes over a sleeping world, a silent observer from another realm. And there it is, the target, the altar where the offering will be made. The bond is broken. One will become the spear, the other will become the witness. The witness circles high above, its vigil the only thing connecting the hunter to the world. The final turn, the attack run. The machine becomes an extension of the pilot's will. A new kind of sight is opened, one that sees not light, but life, heat, and power. The crosshairs settle. The machine sings its song of confirmation. The target is locked in fate's embrace. The ritual begins. The sanctum is open to the cold void. Inside rests the instrument of judgment, forged in silence and destined for a single purpose. The target is anointed with a single perfect point of light. A mark that designates this small point on Earth as the center of a coming storm. And the offering is released, a gift from the heavens. The weapon awakens, its own small mind coming to life, ready to complete its journey. It falls toward a world that does not know it exists, a silent messenger of annihilation. The spear has been thrown. The ghost now sheds its form, becoming pure motion as it escapes. The witness watches, its cold electronic eye the only observer to the final moments. The distance closes to nothing. The world rushes up to meet its fate. The structure doesn't just break, it is unmade from the inside out, its purpose erased from existence. The silent thunder finally finds its voice, a wave of force that shatters the world around the epicenter. And a fortress of steel and order descends into pure primitive chaos. They lash out blindly, trying to strike an enemy that has already faded into memory. Their rage fills the sky with fire, a desperate attempt to fight a shadow. Their thunder is loud, but it is empty, a fireworks display celebrating their own defeat. Far away, the two halves of the void become one again, their task complete. They leave behind a world of fire and screaming alarms, returning to the quiet they command. The journey home is a different kind of quiet, a quiet of peace, of a promise fulfilled. The guardian angel appears, its work also done, to escort the ghost home. The Fellowship dissolves, their separate paths taking them back to their own worlds. The tyranny of the night begins to break, giving way to the gentle mercy of the dawn. And for a brief moment, against the canvas of a new day, the ghost's true, impossible shape is revealed. Home? The one place on Earth where the ghost does not have to hide. The machine prepares to touch the world again, lowering its bridge to the mortal realm. The myth descends from the heavens, returning to the solid ground of men. A puff of smoke, a mortal sound, the confirmation that the journey is over. The second shadow follows, completing the circle. The pair is whole once more. The weapons are put away, their sharp edges hidden from the light of day. The machine's heart slows, its electric pulse fades, and it falls into a deep, metallic sleep. The shell opens, releasing the soul within. For a moment, there is only the pilot and the memory of what he has done. The mask comes off. The man who wears the face of a ghost returns. Even gods of metal need their keepers, the silent acolytes who tend to the sacred relics. The treasure of the night is escorted back to its vault. It retreats from the world of light, surrendering once more to the darkness that is its home. The great doors seal the vault, locking the secret away from prying eyes. The myth is put to bed, and the world outside continues, oblivious to the giant that sleeps among them. The magic is translated back into numbers, the flight of a god analyzed on a screen. The AI confirms the truth. The victory was won in the space between technology and human nerve. The simulation ends. The story is recorded into the digital archives.